My name is Ken Leccese. My wife's name is Loren Berger, and our baby's name is Scarlett Rose, and she is our little miracle baby. She was born with a rare form of gastroschisis, an extreme hernia. The majority of her bowels were exposed. Hearing about this condition got us pretty emotional. We didn't know what to expect, although we did have a great team of doctors to reinsure the fact that she would be okay. She was born early. She came out, she was beautiful, weighed about 4 pounds, eyes wide open, crying. The doctors had taken her away and got her prepared for her first operation. The goal of that surgery was to see if the doctors were able to place the bowels back inside her body. Manipulating the bowels is very extreme. They're a very sensitive organ to work with. They ended up placing all of her bowels back inside of her body at once during the first surgery. At about 2 in the morning, that's when we knew that something was wrong. Her body went into a state of toxic shock. Her body and her bowels started to fail her. I was terrified. There was a lot of surgeons and doctors around her bed at this point. All of the fluid that would be transported through the bowels was seeping through the bowel wall. That fluid inside of your body is poisonous. The doctors didn't really know how long she had. What they came down to doing was essentially remove her bowels once again to release the pressure. I remember giving her a kiss on the head, and that was the first time she opened her eyes for just a minute, which was so nice to see. We knew that she was in a ton of discomfort. What you got here is a fighter, and you're never gonna stop me now. I'm unbreakable. After her second surgery, Scarlett was dropping back down into toxic shock again, but a lot worse than the previous time around. She's still not even a day old at this point. She's about to go through another very substantial surgery. It was extremely scary. The next surgery that they performed was an open heart surgery. Because there wasn't enough blood flow going to her bowels, it was causing them to fail. Here's somebody going in working on a baby that's only about 4 pounds. You got to think her heart is no bigger than the size of a grape. And the valve that they had to close was the same consistency as a wet piece of Kleenex. And again, that next time that we got to give her that kiss, she opened her eyes. And prior to that, she still hadn't opened them. Instantly, of course, we started to bawl. It was a success. She was stable. Her bowels are coming back to life. Getting stronger. They had placed her bowels in a silo and essentially lets gravity feed them back into her abdomen. Surgery number 6 was beyond a success. They ended up connecting all of her bowels into one solid piece, meaning the plumbing was working. She was able to use the bathroom normally again like any other baby would. We're at about 4 months and still hadn't seen a diaper with poop in it yet, and it was such a big deal. I was so excited, I took a picture of it. What you got here is a fighter, and you're never gonna stop me now. I'm unbreakable. Flying back from Toronto, I was there for business, and getting off the plane, Loren had surprised me with Scarlett at the airport, and that was the first time I ever saw her out of the hospital without any cables, without any pumps attached to her, and there's no moment to describe that. It wouldn't be possible without that team there. Well, our baby wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the IWK. We knew that she was tough. We knew that she was going to be here, that she was meant to stay. Now you're able to hold her and play with her. She's starting to get her personality now. We're able to take her out for a few hours now at a time. She still has things hooked up to her. She's being fed through an IV. She's also being fed through an NG tube. She still has a bit of a journey to go. I'm anticipating a year in the hospital, and anything before that is a bonus for us. She's got a lot of fight in her, and we're more than thrilled with how far she has come here. It's amazing. You're never gonna stop me now. I'm unbreakable. Yeah, I'm unbreakable. I can't give my praises to the IWK enough, and all of the doctors and teams. I want to personally thank all of you for everything that you have done. My baby wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you there, if it wasn't for the IWK.
Please support the IWK Radiothon on C100. 1-800-595-2266 or C100FM.com.